Hi, this is Steve with Product Reviews, and I'm here with my buddy Jeff, and we're going to do a review of canned cinnamon rolls. So we're going to reset up, and we'll show you each kind that we have, and then we'll get started cooking them.
Right, guys. I want to thank Steve for conglomerating me into his product review. I really appreciate it. So what we're going to do is show y'all what we have, which is the Braums brand canned biscuits. The cinnamon rolls, sorry. I keep saying canned biscuits, it's really cinnamon rolls. And then we have the Kroger brand cinnamon rolls, the Ooey Gooey, which is, this is pretty much a favorite for us. And then we got the brands. So what we're gonna do is a product review on these three right here. These are the most common ones that are in our area. I know there's other canned cinnamon rolls, and so, but we're gonna use these three right now. So, with that being said, we're going to put them on the cookie sheets and get them ready to go. Alright, we're going to get our pans prepared for the cinnamon roll challenge. Good coating of a non-stick adhesive. Does that make sense? A non-stick adhesive?
Yeah.
Use your favorite brand. I'm not promoting them at all, but I do use them, so if you can tell who that is, great. So first out of the bag, we're going to take the grands. We're going to see what this guy looks like. I suspect an explosion to happen. Not big. All right, we got the grands here. We got 5 in this can. Y'all want to know the calories per cinnamon roll? Y'all want me to leave that out? What do you think, Steve?
I don't think anybody wants to know.
You're eating a cinnamon roll, the calories don't matter right now?
Pretty much, yeah.
So, that will kind of come unroll. I mean, we'll get her back together. Like I said, we're talking about doing a breakfast series here, so maybe next week we'll come out with something like a canned biscuit. And then we may go to the frozen product, like the frozen biscuits. And then we'll match up the best of those guys. The cinnamon rolls, we've actually got a guy that makes a good homemade cinnamon roll. So once we decide who the winner of this challenge right here, we're going to get him to come along and make a homemade one. And then we're going to put those against each other. All right. That's the grands. Now the Ooey Gooey guys, they tend to explode on me. Not that bad. I have no idea what that thing's doing. So I'm gonna put them with the grands because they have a distinct difference, and I'll know which one's which. Plus there's 4 to the can. This is the Kroger brand Ooey Gooeys. Like I said, this is probably the favorite amongst the guys here. That's something I almost forgot to do is you gotta get the cinnamon, the icing out of that. This is what you get with the Ooey Gooey. You get a little package that goes on pre-bake, and this is your post-bake package. We come into the problem with the Ooey Gooey. Every now and then you get a can we had this happen last weekend. It's dead. The dough's dead. It's flat. This happened last weekend too. So I'm putting a personal X against the Ooey Gooeys right there for that. We will keep the icing for it though. So.
And there's only 4 in a package on the Ooey Gooeys.
And there's only 4 in a package. Yep.
We got to make room for that extra icing.
Now the Braums. And I like the Braums. I think the breading on the Braums, it's flaky when it bakes, and I really like it. And it's going to have 5 to the package.
And Braums, for those of you that don't know, is it's kind of a regional. It's an ice cream dairy store, and then they sell some groceries and stuff in there too. And I know they're out of Oklahoma, but they're all over Texas, Oklahoma, and I'm not sure what all other states they're in, but it's kind of a regional thing. So depending on where you're watching this, you may or may not be able to get hold of Braums cinnamon rolls.
We did have a connection with HEB, but it didn't work out this morning. We were going to use the HEB brand also, but that didn't happen. So. And if y'all have any suggestions of canned cinnamon rolls to use, other brands, I don't know if Albertsons, which, you know, we've got Albertsons, Kroger, Tom Thumb. Some people have access to an HEB, and of course the Braums, but we don't have HEBs up here close to us. So, okay, everybody's unpackaged. This is the Ooey Goodies. We only got 4 of those dudes from Kroger. This will be the Pillsbury. Is that the Cinnabon? Was it the Pillsbury?
Yeah, Cinnabon. There was Cinnabon.
Okay. So we got the Pillsbury Cinnabons, and then we've got the Braums right here. So let's get them in the oven. We're going at 375. We're going to give them about 15 minutes, and we'll take a look at them and see where we're at from there. Wait a minute. Hold on. We like to forgot a step. Some scissors over there. We got to put the pre-rub on our Ooey Gooeys. Scissors, how they throw it. Like I made a fatal mistake. All right, now we got the pre-rub in. We'll throw them in the oven, give them about 15 minutes, and we'll check back in with y'all when that comes about. It's been the approximate time. Let's see what these guys look like. Oh yeah, a little golden on the edge. Gold right there, maybe just be a hair. They're not quite gold, but they'll be good. That's what makes the kids always want to go for the middle ones. They're not crunchy. And here, you can see how that was the Pillsbury guys. That was the Braums, how they laid down, and then of course the sad pile of Ooey Gooeys that did not. We're missing 4 because the packaging was bad. But I think all in all they look pretty good. What do you think, Steve?
Well, the Pillsbury definitely rose more than what the Braums ones did. Looks like there's more cinnamon in the Braums ones, and in the Ooey Gooey ones, it's just almost not fair with the 2 kinds of icing on them.
You're right. They're fixing to get the post cook icing. They've already got the pre-cook. Now they got the post cook. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough race.
So far as just the way they cook, I say the Pillsbury are definitely in the lead, but the Braums ones. But we'll see how they come out when we eat them.
Now these are pretty close. The Pillsbury or the Braums and the Ooey Gooeys, they're pretty close on how they come out there.
Yeah, and I guess you wouldn't expect the Ooey Gooeys to rise as much because it's got all that gooey stuff on it. So
yeah, we're gonna let them cool just for a little bit, because if you don't and you apply the icing right now, it clears up and it runs off and just it's not the same. So we will we're gonna let them cool just a little bit, and then we'll put the icing on them. So put the icing on the cake, I guess you could say.
sounds good.
All right, be back in a minute.
Okay, Jeff's got these things cooled down now, and he's fixing to put the icing on them. And I wanted to show you something too. These right here rose more than the others, but they're a little, I just say less soft.
Stiff?
Yeah, they're kind of almost not really crunchy, but these are still really soft and like maybe the texture of these is probably a little bit better, even though they didn't rise better. So anyway, that's just our observation so far from
I'm the same way over
from
here.
the cooking. So now we're going to get the icing on them, then we'll do a taste test.
And here's another thing that I've noticed from past experiences is the way the icing is packaged. So you got in the Braums, you got a little package like that. The Ooey Gooey, you've got this guy right here, same way. On the Pillsbury, you've got the bucket. So you will have to have a handy little spatula knife to smear those. You'll see how easy this goes on with these little packets. Basically just snip the end right there, and then you can just spray it on just like that. Pretty simple enough like that. And that's one packet for 5 biscuits or 5 cinnamon rolls. That's one packet. We still got a packet to go, so there's more than enough.
Yeah, so they get pretty high marks on the amount of icing.
'Cause that's where a lot of your good flavor comes from, especially the kids. The kids always want the ones that's got the most icing. I've noticed that with my bunch. Now, the Ooey Gooeys, the Kroger brand, it's the same difference. Just be real easy to apply it, just like that. And like I said, they're still ample enough.
Yeah, and they give you basically the same amount of icing for 4 rolls. On top of the gooey stuff, you know, this is the extra one from the can that was bad. But you get the same amount of icing. It almost looks like it's more. The Ooey Gooeys almost look like it's a little bit more icing in there.
So 4 cinnamon rolls compared to 5. So now
the Ooey Gooeys definitely got the lead if you like lots of icing on there.
But we gotta be careful with the packaging apparently, because we lost.
We figured they just had a bad run on those because we had bought several cans of them that did that, but hadn't had the problem previously. But are you going to put the second thing on the
I will.
the Braums?
I'm just trying to get some time going here. And this is, of course, we're applying now out of the Pillsbury, the bucket. And you kind of got to get your mojo on spreading that, and make sure you get you don't want to miss any spots in kids. They'll definitely let you know if you did. So, yeah, that was 5 rows right there. So, I almost would think that that's not as much unless you lose some of these little cracks and crevices. Spreading, but you almost might need a little more. See, that's about that thing wasn't completely full, but we do have one more to go there. I need a C-clamp to hold this cookie sheet. Hope you folks at home are excited to see this. Too bad y'all can't help us taste these. If you like what you're seeing, and you hadn't subscribed to our channels, go ahead and do that. That helps us out. Give us a big thumbs up. If you got some ideas on what else you'd like to maybe see us product review, let us know about that. We'll take it into consideration and go from there. We talked about doing the canned biscuits next. So I got one more for the Pillsbury. So that
For
was
the
both.
Braums.
That
For
was
the
both
Braums.
there. Huh?
You got one more for the Braums.
Oh, this is the Braums. Sorry, we just did the Pillsbury. The Ooey's. Yeah, we got one more for the Braums. Sorry, Braums. I'm gonna cut you short. As you tell, I made my cut a little bit bigger. You can make it bigger, smaller. I made this one a little bigger just because it's already got the glaze on them, and I just wanted to get it used up. And we're gonna have plenty.
So I'd say icing wise, the Ooey Gooey definitely has everybody beat because there's two different kinds of icing or toppings on it. I'd say next would be the Braums. Look like they give you more icing than what the Pillsbury does. And then for the least amount of icing out of the three, probably the Pillsbury.
So, yeah, there's all that.
All right, so we're gonna get our cutting board out. We're gonna cut some of these up into bite-sized pieces, and then we're gonna do our taste test. We'll be back in just a minute.
All right, we're gonna do the taste test. Now remember, this is gonna be on Muddy Feet TV and on the Steve's product review channel. There will be places down below that we'll leave the links to for that. So with that being said, give us a thumbs up if you like what you've seen. So here we go. We're gonna probably make, how many volunteers we got? We got 4?
We'll do 4 since we'll quarter them up, and we'll do 4 and everybody gets a vote.
Okay, so this is the Ooey Gooey, and it's living up to its name. I was hoping it would stay together better, but we'll get our wonderful, beautiful volunteers to come in and get them a sample of the Kroger brand Ooey Gooeys.
Pretty good. So far, my best, my favorite.
So far, our favorite.
It's the first one though.
All right.
I guess we could have done a blindfold test, something like that. We may wait and bring the wives up here one day and do that.
We just won't feed them this, we'll feed them something else.
Yeah, we'll give them something we don't like. All right, this is the Pillsbury. So far, it cut up pretty nice and held together.
Ooey Gooey still.
So far, we're on the.
Everybody's still on the Ooey Gooey.
Not bad. They're funny.
All right, now here's the Braums. And what I kind of touted about the Braums when we come up with this idea was how the breading was. It was kind of flaky. And I thought it was really good about that.
And those of you not familiar with Braums has their own dairy. They have their own bakery, and I believe they even they sell some meats and stuff too. I believe they even raise their own cattle for their own meats. So they keep everything quality controlled really tight. What do y'all think about the Braums one?
That Braums.
Braums is pretty good.
That pretty damn good.
Yeah, and that was my just from looking at them and how we're talking about how soft they were. You know, the breading itself, I think probably the Braums is probably the best one.
I'm gonna say Braums for the win.
Braums
Really,
for the win.
Braums over
Braums,
Ooey
how about
Gooey.
you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the first one then.
You got a Ooey Gooey, one for Braums.
Yeah.
Philip,
I'd say the breading on the Braums is probably better, but the toppings would set the Ooey Gooey off.
If you
Yeah.
were going to be stranded on a desert island, for breakfast every morning, you're going to be the same cinnamon roll every day.
Probably Ooey Gooey.
Ooey Gooey for me.
Ooey Gooey.
Ooey Gooey.
So,
so we got 3 Ooey Gooeys, 1 Braums.
But the breading on the
Braums.
Braums.
On the Braums is definitely
Yeah.
better. So I think the ultimate would be make a batch of Braums cinnamon rolls
With the
and then put ooey gooey icing on them, and I think
Well, we'll put this in the
that would
fridge.
be unbeatable.
I'd end up taking up smoking after that.
Well, maybe next weekend we'll save these packages and go from there with that. Try the Braums breading with the ooey gooey packaging. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. If you like what you've seen, like, subscribe, share, leave comments, tell me what you think. If you got any ideas for us, do that. Like again, on Steve's channel is the product review channel. My channel is going to be on the Muddy Feet TV. So, you know, help us out these channels and help us make them grow. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Please like and subscribe.